Good morning and welcome to our prize giving 2020, and welcome to all our students, parents, grandparents, friends and staff of JCG who are watching this online or at JCG TV. While this format for our prize giving is unusual and not as any of us would have wanted, it is so important that we are not defeated by COVID and that we redesign and rethink all that we do. This is the same for the most important of events in our college calendar, our prize giving. We could just not have prize giving, and I'm incredibly grateful to Mr. Marrett, Miss Rollo, Miss Lee, Mrs. Lebrock, Miss Foss, Mr. Crespel, Joe and Merrick for their hard work in enabling us to proceed with our wonderful event today. I would also like to congratulate our prize winners, for this day belongs to them. Their huge efforts in every aspect of college life is reflected in the huge array of prizes today. Your teachers have acknowledged what you do, how you've done it, and the passion you have shown. Well done. We are all proud of you. What I say now, I say to the whole college. This past year can be easily divided into two halves, with the pivot being the 20th of March. I find I have to think hard to remember life before that time, but I will. This is perhaps because so much unexpected, unfamiliar, and unwanted changes have happened to each of us in our lives since then. So much has been untimely ripped from us, from being able to see and hug our loved ones, to showing our efforts and our abilities in our exams, to postponing much anticipated and much loved events. However, throughout this year, you have always shown great ambition, aspiration, courage and resilience. And most importantly, you have constantly been there for one another, for your teachers, your college, your community, with care, with encouragement, with time and support. You have been amazing. This year has brought out the best in us, and each of us make this place called JCG. That sense of belonging we so often refer to and rely upon has never been stronger than this year. 2020 has been a very special year. Let me take you back to a time when we didn't know about coronavirus. We never talked about social distancing and could never imagine going into a lockdown. Our academic year began with great energy and a little nervousness. We knew at some point we were to be inspected that term. In November, we became the first school in Jersey to be externally reviewed by the government under its new framework. As anyone will know, when an external team is coming in to look at everything, it is not without its stresses. However, I was very keen to ensure that our students and staff just carried on as if it were a normal week, essentially to relax and be ourselves. I'm immensely proud of what our team, and by that I mean all our students, our staff, our parents and our governors, what our team worked so hard to achieve, outstanding in every category. One of my favourite phrases in the report, and one that I think sums up the college I see every day, is that JCG is a happy and high-performing school. These two qualities are sometimes interpreted by people as binary opposites, that you can't be caring and at the same time be academically high-achieving. This is, of course, absolute rubbish. Our students are remarkable because of the care and support around them, on the good days and on the not so good days. Another phrase referred in the report referred to our JCG culture. The school is encompassed in one of its values, belong. Everyone is part of a shared endeavour. And finally, a phrase which delighted me was that our students are highly mature and sensitive to others. They are polite, kind, positive, caring and confident without being overconfident. This for me is the most important quality of all in a successful education. To be a good person with the ability to do good. It's all about our character. It felt good to have people come in and tell us what they thought about what we see, do and feel each day. Sometimes we all need to have that mirror. We were innovating the autumn term. Curie Fry won a revamped house drama which included some hilarious spontaneous impro. Garrett Anderson won senior and Ingalls won junior top of the pops. Our new head of music, Mr. Bowley, launched our music cafe, which offered performance opportunities for our students and was open to the public. Our students designed, made and modelled fashion made out of rubbish to highlight the environmental damage caused by the fast fashion industry. Our house fashion was incredible with its creativity and polish. We were becoming a college of social activists. We spoke at the Commonwealth Women Parliamentaries Association conference, became the first secondary school in the Channel Islands to be awarded silver status for rights respecting schools, and honed our rhetoric in debate and mock general elections. And in December, we all discovered our inner cowgirl in the form of Calamity Jane. Thank you for a truly remarkable and exuberant production. The spring term began with real promise and expectation and familiar service to our community. We got permission to build a bridge over Claremont Road, thus physically and safely connecting JCG with our prep. Funding for our music centre and our extension to our hall was included in the government plan. Our sixth formers had won a regional round of a mock bar trial competition and were on their way to the national final. And we won the Colin Powell Rotary Club Peace Debate. Our Year 7 led the college in raising money for Australian charities who were fighting those dreadful fires and that awful loss of wildlife. Our Year 8 planted 1,000 saplings, and our sixth form was spectacular in raising funds for our partner school in Ghana. House music was gearing up to be an incredible year, and every house believed they had a chance to win Cockhouse Cup. Everyone was working hard in their lessons, and our GCSE and A-level students were demonstrating the work ethic required for great exam success. The term was going really well. Then a new reality emerged on the horizon to the east. News of something in China and spreading across Europe began to pepper our conversations. It was new, but nothing to worry about. Life carried on. Yet this thing moved towards us like a sea mist. We could see it coming, but had no idea of what it would be like until it settled upon all of us. We were told we would be closing. No house music, no cock house, no Year 11 prom, no leavers service. We were told exams were being cancelled. We were told we were all going to have to lock down in our own homes. Yet in the midst of chaos and worry, examples of human kindness were in abundance. The actions and ideas of our students can only be described as magnificent. That last day before we closed, Friday the 20th of March, was so sad. But through the singing, the laughter, the kindness and the generosity of everyone, it was so uplifting. We all became experts in teaching remotely and learning from home. We launched JCG TV. And across the virtual college, groups came together when they couldn't actually be together. And in doing so, boosted our positivity and belonging. Students and their teachers were close, but we're even closer now. Human separation had made us more cognizant of each other's humanity and the need to connect. Teachers received many personal emails and cards from students simply saying thank you. Not only did we move online, we moved out into our community and the JCG network sprang into action. We shopped for elderly neighbours, volunteered in our parishes, became health workers, drivers, filmmakers, choir members. Year 8 created, whilst in lockdown, an incredible and poignant expedition for 75th anniversary of our liberation. Our sixth formers ran 600 kilometres, the equivalent from Jersey's Nightingale Hospital to the one in London, and in doing so raised £8,000 for 2 local charities. We all learned new skills, and we all learned to appreciate our beautiful island. And when we could, we reopened and returned to our second home. We resumed lessons, we welcomed the new student leadership team, and thanked the immense commitment and success of the retiring team. We reflected on the lockdown experience in photos, paintings and words. We had our Year 13 Leavers picnic. We responded with great thought and compassion to the death of George Floyd and the Black Lives Matters movement. We just simply loved being back together, to talk, to learn, to challenge, to think, to seek to do everything we can to prepare ourselves to make our world better. We were back, and it felt good. At this point, I would like to say thank you to 3 remarkable people who led the student body throughout this year. Their compassion, ideas, care, and constant encouragement was an inspiration to me and the whole college. They were simply wonderful, and I would like to thank Rosie, Emily and Lily for being a brilliant head girl and deputy head girl team. I'd like to end my review by singling out someone who possesses the most warm and caring character. Linda Gillett, our ever-present angel in our reception, retires today after nearly 25 years of service to JCG. If you've lost your smart card, Linda will look after you. If you've sprained your ankle in hockey, Linda will look after you. If you're feeling sick, Linda will look after you. If an ambulance is needed, Linda will call it and go with you and look after you. If JCG is our second home, then Linda is our college mum. Someone we all know and who will look after us. Because she loves us and she loves JCG and we love her. It is often said that no one is irreplaceable, though with Linda I suggest this is as close as you will get. To really belong to somewhere, you have to give your brain and your heart. Linda has given her heart to this college, and we have been blessed. Thank you, Linda. So, college, well done. You've all been through a year that is, without exaggeration, historic. I remain incredibly proud of all of you and thankful for the people you are. Above everything else, it is your character that matters most. While this year has taken much from us, it has given us even more. It has not left us weaker, but stronger, closer, more ambitious and more aware of the importance of kindness, generosity of spirit, and the value of friendship, and of knowing that as a college, if we believe we can, we will. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amber, and I'm going to be playing a theme for the thermal animal.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Howarth, for the honour of asking us to give the prize giving address this year. Prize giving is such an important college tradition, and as such it was essential that we found ways to adapt and to make it possible in what continue to be complex and challenging times. Of course, that's what traditions do anyway, what they need to do. If they're to remain a living and meaningful part of our communities, they have to evolve alongside those communities, to reflect their changing character, and to be part of a tradition is to be part of a story that is still being told, and to contribute to the telling of it.
Hello everybody. So in writing these words in celebration of prize winners, we are ourselves engaging in a venerable tradition. So in ancient Greece, the champions of Olympic and other Pan-Hellenic games were celebrated in poetry. There's some Greek names coming up, so any proper classicists will have to forgive my pronunciation. So the most famous example of this kind of celebratory writing comes in Pindar's odes. For Pindar, great deeds and poetry had to be partners. They necessarily went together. Poets need the great deeds to sing about, and champions, like yourselves, need people to speak about them, to keep their glory alive. Writing on the occasion of the victory of one Sogenes in the Nemean Games, Pindar says, even high deeds of bravery have a great darkness if they lack song. And we'll avoid any great darkness for you today by speaking about what you've achieved. The really important thing, though, about Pindar's songs is that they're not merely concerned with the individual glory of an individual athlete's high deeds. In his second Olympian ode, Pindar does emphasise the achievements of a particular victorious athlete. Theron, he says, must be proclaimed because of his victorious four-horse chariot, that is, for winning a chariot race. But he goes on to put the victor in a wider context, writing about Theron, who is just in his regard for guests and is the bulwark of Acragas, the strength of the city, the choicest bloom of illustrious ancestors who laboured much with their spirits and won a sacred home by the river. So Theron is celebrated because of the role he plays in his community, the city of Acragas. This role, indeed, is seen as part of an even broader tradition. The labour of his illustrious ancestors must also be celebrated. It is their glorious tradition that he is upholding. As one modern commentator on the poem puts it, when Pindar does explicitly praise Theron, he doesn't hold up his performance on the racetrack, but rather his hospitality and public good. Theron, then, is not celebrated merely as an individual, but as a person fully integrated into their community and traditions, who serves the public good.
And so it is today. What we celebrate in celebrating you as prize winners are our values and traditions as a community. In receiving prizes for effort, for the academic achievement that comes from perseverance and resilience, for contribution to the wider life of the college, and for outstanding contributions to positions of leadership and responsibility, you are celebrated for embodying the college's values. We celebrate you today because you have reflected but also contributed to and enriched the finest traditions of our community. Like Theron, you run your own particular race, but you do so as the choicest bloom of illustrious ancestors, as the bulwark of and strength of the college. As leavers, as students who are now joining new communities at university or in the workplace, you have a particularly special role to play. It's now that you take the values of this community, those values that we celebrate you for exemplifying, out into the wider world. As a community, we often talk about making the world of our college family resemble the world we would like to see out there, beyond these walls. And that is the task ahead of you. The values that you've come to embody and the character you've developed whilst at JCG will be instrumental in gaining you individual successes. Like Theron, no doubt, you will continue to be champions in your own right. But more importantly, your values and your character will continue to shape the wider community. of which you become a part. You will make them better places by ensuring their traditions evolve and are enriched, just as you've done while you've been at college.
And some traditions, of course, need to do a lot more evolving than others. You're going out into a world that needs a lot from you. And as Barack Obama said to another group of school leavers in a commencement speech delivered earlier this year, you'll be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. And you'll be part of the solution for the reasons Mr. Howarth's already spoken about: your kindness, your inclination to activism, your membership of community. Echoing some of the themes we've touched on today, in fact, Obama urged the high school leavers to build a community because, he noted, no one does big things by themselves. If we're going to get through these difficult times, if we're going to save the environment and defeat future pandemics, then we're going to have to do it together. So, he went on, be alive to one another's struggles, stand up for one another's rights, leave behind all the old ways of thinking that divide us: sexism, racial prejudice, status, greed, and set the world on a different path. By confronting some of the broken traditions of the world with those values which have shaped you, and which in turn you have shaped through your contributions here at college, you can, and you will, build a better world. In doing so, you will become one of those illustrious ancestors whom future champions will look to with gratitude and for inspiration. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to announce prizes to the class of 2020 this afternoon. So, our first prize, the Prefects Prize, is awarded to Alessia Petty. The Hawksford International A2 Psychology Award, Alessandra. The Design and Technology Senior Prize and the Media Studies Senior Prize, Amelia Bridgeford. Drama Department Prize for Tech Club Work, Anna McLean. The Eunice Saylor Prize for French Essay, the Morgan Henry Birch Raylinson Prize for Physical Sciences, the JFSC Award for Excellence, Mathematics Senior Prize, and the University of Winchester Prize for Academic Achievement in the Sixth Form, and St George. The Caroline Joy Rose Bowl for Hockey, Bronte Pennant. The Moore Stevens Prize for Sustained Academic Effort, Kira McMahon. Outstanding Progress in Sixth Form Photography Prize is awarded to Eden Hopwood, who has already started university and is at the Arts Institute of Bournemouth. But can we give her a round of applause? Victoria Robinson Award for Community Service, Emily Grace. Sarah Johns Cup for Sixth Form Shakespeare, Emma Pallant. The Diana Birch Raylinson Prize for Biology, Giovanna Gomez. The Vicky Love Shield for Drama, the English Prize for Endeavour in Sixth Form, and Longson Cup for All-Round Endeavour is awarded to Hannah Esner, who is already at university at LIPA, the Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts, but can we give Hannah a round of applause? The Senior French Prize and the Monica Becquet Prize for Music, Heather Walking. The BWCI A-Level Maths Award, Isabel Watkins. The Elena Bossi Prize for Inspiration to Other Students, Jenna Stocks. The Jill Cartwright Cup for Science, Julia Russ. The Muffin Prize for Endeavour in Chemistry, Laura Bailey. Albert Shield for effort in music, the Lola Garvin Cup for modern languages. Oh, she's aged me 10 years.
All's well.
So tensions in here. And the Yvonne Fleming Award for Sustained Positive Attitude. Lily Dobber.
Good luck.
The Centenary Travel Prize and the Year 13 English Book Prize, Lily Newstead. The Daphne Coutanche Memorial Trophy for Hard Work in French, the Head of MFL Prize for Best Italian Student, the Isabel Johnson Best All-Round Contribution to Music, and the JCGA Student Prize, Lucy Howard. The Agathankanu Cup for badminton is awarded to Megan Duffin, who is at university studying at the moment at the University of Central Lancashire. Can we give Megan that clap? The Geomarine Prize for the Best Achievement in A2 Product Design, Megan Midler. JCGA Centenary Awards, Millie Aldridge. The Sixth Form Art Prize for Achievement and the Prefects Cup for English Essay are awarded to Minna Pemberton. Minna is already studying at the Art Institute Bournemouth, but Jenna is going to collect on her behalf. The Sarah Kenno Cup for Netball is awarded to Molly Carre, who has already started her studies at the University of South Wales, but we'll give her a round of applause. The Mary Preston Memorial Prize for Geography coursework is awarded to Naomi Walker, who has already started her studies at the University of Leeds. The CPA Business Studies Cup goes to Olivia Innes, who is at the University of Liverpool. And the Joy Thompson Year 13 Prize for Effort and Improvement goes to Mia Dixon, who can't be with us this afternoon, she's already working. The Senior Roberts Memorial Prize for History, the Honorary French Consul's Prize for Linguistic Excellence in French, and the Senior Philosophy Prize, Rosie Nichols. The Craft Prize is awarded to Sarah Wolfe, but Sarah has already started her course at the Art Institute Bournemouth, but Laura Bailey is going to do. The Year 13 Geography Award, Sophie Lewis. The Lady Biddle Gold Medal for Senior Freestyle and the Grishy Cup for Effort and Achievement in A-Level Chemistry, Tara Box. The History of Art Prize in Year 13, Zara Nicole. And the final prize for me to award this afternoon is the State's Gold Medal for French, Juliette Alton. And now come back to Stalin.
Thank you. May I begin by thanking Mrs. Spiteri and Mr. Milner for their wonderful speech, and you will hope that I've got your name correctly pronounced there. For you, I thought today I'd correctly pronounce Mrs. Spiteri and Alessia. Okay, so now we come on to perhaps what is the most senior prize, most important prize of our prize giving. It is the Sally Lebrock Award, and it is wonderful, Sally. You are here again this year to be part of our celebrations as we give this award in your name. As patron of the JCG Foundation, each year, Sally, as an ex-head girl, would like the principal of JCG to choose an exceptional student in the sixth form to receive this very personal award. This award was to celebrate Sally's 80th birthday in 2018, her good fortune, and her love of Jersey College for Girls. This award is to be the final prize awarded at the annual prize giving and be a complete surprise to the recipient and everyone else in the room, as no one else knows the name I'm saying shortly. At the time of awarding this prize, Sally will be invited to explain its purpose and make the award, but today I give the explanation on your behalf. The student chosen will receive £2,000 to spend in whatever way they wish. There is no expectation that the money will be spent with any time frame. Indeed, the winner may not yet know what they wish to use the money for. In guiding the winner in how to spend this award, they should be minded by the following. It should enable them to fulfill a hope or a dream, perhaps to travel to somewhere they always thought as being out of their reach, or for anything unexpectedly made possible. The award is designed to enable the student to have an experience which opens their mind, something that will enable the student to grow as a person capable of positively influencing the life of others. Essentially, the award is there for you to be inspired. The criteria of the Sally Lebrock Award, the principal is guided by the following. The winner should have shown the following traits during her time at JCG. An extraordinary individual who puts others first, believes anything is possible, and fosters and celebrates the good in everything and everyone. Who has demonstrated determination and endurance in overcoming adversity, and of being aware of the needs of others. In return for the award, all Sally and Pip ask for is for the winner to keep in touch with them. Let them know how they are and what they're doing during the year. The winner is also encouraged to write an article for JCG. In its first year of award, Pip, her husband, wrote a short sonnet. Or a sonnet is a fixed length. Neither short or long, it is a sonnet. So this is sonnet for Sally's award. The sun was shining over our lovely lunch as we discussed how we should celebrate a special birthday, and we had a hunch that hope, integrity, should integrate. In an award at JCG, each year for someone in the sixth form with a gift of sympathy and kindness and no fear to share and give to all a special lift. This hidden quality could then shine out, illuminating all to whom it touched, so turning single ideas to a rout of bright achievements which could not be smudged. To share good fortune is a secret pure, and can vicissitudes of life endure. Thank you. Thank you for putting that very difficult word to pronounce. The person I have chosen this year is someone who is wrong. Everyone loves this person, everyone talks positively about this person. Whoever she meets, she leaves them with a feeling of uplift, as that sonnet that Philip said. No matter what struggles and misfortunes in her own life, she has carried them with great courage and resilience and fortitude, in such a way as you would never know the currents that run underneath the smooth surface. She is a wonderful friend. She is an incredibly courageous individual. She's a deeply inspiring leader, and someone who I've grown to know and have the exceptionally high regard for during this last year. I cannot think of anybody who deserves this award more for the qualities that she's possessed, and never once has they faltered throughout the last 7 years. Everyone who meets her is inspired by her, and we have been very fortunate to have Rosie Nichols as part of our college community. Rosie, you are this year's recipient of the Sally Lebrock Award, and well deserved it is. Ask the person giving the vote of thanks.
Oh yes, I'd like to
afternoon, everyone. On behalf of all the prize winners today, I would like to thank everyone involved in the organisation of this rather different but still very special prize giving event. Thank you to Mr. Howard for reminding us this afternoon how as a school we have thrived this past year. Thank you to our guest speakers, Mr. Milner and Mrs. Pateri, for their words of inspiration and praise. Thank you to all those who donated and sponsored prizes. Thank you to our parents, our peers, our teachers, and all the staff at JCG for their support and encouragement this year, giving us the opportunity to succeed. Thank you to all involved in organising this celebration of our achievements, the office staff, the caretakers, and the college leadership team. We really appreciate it. Finally, for us, as the Year 13 leavers, we would just like to thank you all for everything you have done for us. Despite leaving school in March and our A-level exams being cancelled, it would have been quite easy to forget about us, but this was far from the case. Our teachers have continued to support us, providing us with bridging work for university, daily activities to keep us out of boredom, as well as being there to just have a chat. Even though we have now technically left the school, you have still taken the time to make our last couple of months at JCG really special. From our leavers videos on JCG TV, the changeover of the SLT, our tea party, this prize giving event, and the yet to happen leavers service, we really appreciate all you have done and all that you continue to do, so thank you. This is a very special place and we feel very fortunate to have been part of it. I hope you have all enjoyed this afternoon's event, both in person and virtually. We wish you a lovely afternoon, an enjoyable weekend, and another successful year to come.
Don't you